Who am I? My name is Angelica, but most people know me as Angie, and on Instagram or in the world of aesthetics, you'll most likely see Angie Monique. Monique is my middle name, not to get confused with my first name, so I just kind of like embracing both of them. To start, I figured let's spice it up a little bit and just throw out random fun facts. I cannot talk, so one thing you will learn is that I kind of get overly excited and mumble my words because I feel like the words are like jumping over each other before I even get a chance to digest and speak. But welcome to my life. A few fun facts about me. I'm absolutely terrified of cats, and honestly like every living thing besides humans, and even some humans. I was scared of dogs growing up until my senior year of high school when we got our first family dog, so that kind of helped. Two, I had crazy anxiety growing up. So I literally would throw up before anything that made me uncomfortable. As a 6-year-old playing soccer, I would throw up before every soccer game because that's just how I would express my stress, I guess. When I was in Girl Scouts, I would throw up anytime I met some new people or we were planning a trip. It was crazy. Like, I literally threw up even when I was in the high school soccer team going to play a new school. I had to throw up. Everybody knew it at that point. They're like, okay, she'll be right back, she just needs to go throw up. It was just, I couldn't control it. Like, if I could keep it in, I would, I promise. So something that kind of helped me get over that was deciding to move after high school. So straight after high school, I moved to Portland, Oregon, and I lived there for 2 years, which is where I started my undergrad degree. And yeah, I kind of just shook it off. After that, that was wild. I mean, I moved there by myself. It was kind of scary, but I guess I didn't have time to throw up anymore. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you, but that kind of shook my fear. Third fact, I absolutely love Twinkies. Like, growing up, I loved Twinkies all my life. There was one time, I was probably like 10 years old. I was so excited, my dad bought me a box of Twinkies, so I sat down on the floor and I ate that whole box in one sitting. I ended up throwing up because no one should have that many Twinkies at one sitting, but hey, let's not talk about throwing up anymore because I feel like I've done that a lot so far. That was, I guess, fact number 3. So fact number 4, it took me 5 years to actually graduate with my business degree, but it was great. SPSU, that's where I kind of moved to San Diego, but really then I didn't really stay in San Diego that year. I studied abroad in Singapore, which was amazing. Highly recommend it. And then when I came back for my senior year to finish up, I was so busy with my internship, my job at the gym, and just finishing my classes for my degree, and I was also babysitting, so it was crazy. But in the midst of all that, I managed to meet my boyfriend Miguel on Tinder. So yeah, that's how we met. So how did I get started in this esthetician world? Really, it started with COVID. Before COVID, I was working full-time as a marketing manager at an athletic apparel brand located in San Diego. Really did love what I was doing. I love the world of marketing. It's so fascinating. Social media, working with influencers. I love it. I was good at it. Not to toot my own horn, but I mean, it just came naturally. It was very creative for me and it was fun to do. So I honestly thought this is something I was going to do for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, COVID kind of made me realize that this isn't where I wanted to be all my life. I felt like I needed to work for myself. I just always had ideas. I wanted to branch out. I wanted to kind of work in different departments and kind of do my own thing. So slowing down a little bit with COVID, I was able to pay attention to the things that I've always kind of been focusing on in the past and curious about, but also like insecure. So my skin, growing up, throughout high school, my skin was okay. I had a few breakouts, sure, but it wasn't until college where I experienced really severe acne, full-on cystic acne. It was uncontrollable. I went to dermatologists, couldn't quite find the magic pill, as you'd say. Nothing was working out. I tried tretinoin, it just stripped my skin, and just horrible experiences, and I was just left with so many questions unanswered. My skin was so raw, I could not even touch it. And I was just at a point where I felt helpless. I didn't know what to do. So I figured, why not go back to school? This is when I was still working my full-time marketing job during COVID. At this time, we were working from home. So I decided to do a little bit of research, see what's out there, and I did find some esthetician schools near me in San Diego that were offering nighttime classes. So this was great. It would give me the flexibility to still work my full-time job and then go to school in the evenings to kind of pursue my license. So I did that for a full 6 months. During COVID, it was a whole craziness with shutdowns and everything, but I worked my ass off. I really just honed in on everything we were learning. I did my own research. I listened to free podcasts. I just followed people on Instagram who were really killing it in the game. With all these shutdowns and the world still kind of being in this crazy weird funk from COVID, I didn't really know what to do. All I knew is that right after school, right after getting my license, I wanted to be a solo esthetician, solo business owner. This was my first time being a business owner. This is my first time being a solo esthetician. I had no idea what to expect, but I just felt like this was the right thing for me. So it wasn't until October of 2021 where I decided to start actively pursuing places to lease. And I know people might have called me crazy for doing this, but I felt that even though I had probably like only 5-6 clients at the time, it was the only way for me to kind of really kill it in the game and market myself to get new clients. So I did it. I did everything in the books, like old school marketing, walking with pamphlets, flyers, handing them out to people, giving my business cards, email marketing. I tried paid ads. I did so much. You would not believe it. When I did not have clients, like I was working, busting my ass off, trying to figure out a way to kind of get new clientele. Pretty exciting to see that all my hard work was paying off. People were loving what I do. I was loving what I do. It's a different pace of life, and it is so worth it. And by no means am I saying I'm, oh my gosh, the best business owner out there. Like, I still have so much to learn, but I just wanted to share this story with people who are maybe thinking about changing career paths. It doesn't even have to be in the aesthetic world. It's just in whatever you want to put your mindset to. I would strongly advise that you just work really, really hard and do all the research you can, trying to find cool people in that industry that are willing to kind of chat with you, give you advice, and to help you succeed. Because I've had a lot of great mentors who have kind of shown me the ropes, who have provided great books for me to read and find the right resources. But with that being said, you can't just depend on people. You also have to put in the work and do your own research, how to get a business license, what kind of licenses you need, where to go for certain forms, what you need to constantly keep track of, how to do your taxes. There's so much that you need to learn. And as someone who comes from no business owners in the family, it can be very stressful, it can be very scary. So you just really have to be on your toes all the time. Basically, you have to be prepared to navigate through whatever comes your way, and it might not always be pretty days, it might not always be as gracious as some, but I promise you the reward would be much better for those troubles. You know, one thing that I've learned from this whole experience of being a business owner and kind of just challenging myself to do new things is that you have to learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Because even this right now, me getting in front of a camera and just talking to you guys casually in my living room, like, that feels so weird. But I'm gonna try it out, and I'm hoping this helps you either get to know me better or inspires you to pursue something different. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you like this video. If you do, please give it a big old thumbs up. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.